What's up, guys? Boy, FoxCast here, and today we're gonna be continuing where we left off in the current episode of FoxCast Creepypasta. So, alright, let's get back into this, shall we? Let's go! How are you doing? I'm Jamie. He slowly tilted his head towards me. His eyes regained their original hue. Hey, he mumbled, casually rubbing his face with his hands lazily. He leaned over while tipping his chair backward, resting his head on the back wall. You got me even earlier than I did. You must be tired, I stated, trying to pass the time. Either he didn't hear me or he ignored me outright, and I continued to lean against the wall. I'm trying to find a comfortable position to sleep, assuming he was too tired to talk to me. But I couldn't help but feel I was pestering him with my conversations. I decided to stop bothering him and mind my own business, and play a game on my phone to pass the time and wait for the lesson to start. The storm outside worsened considerably, making the trees outside thrash and rattle with such ferocity that I thought they might be uprooted entirely. The wind howled and roared intensely. The raindrops hit me like the sound of knives stabbing the glass. And the thunder was going against the chaotic landscape. I wasn't particularly invested in playing my Fruit Ninja on my phone. So, I allowed the weather to hold my attention. A nervous chasm opened up in my stomach, and my concern multiplied. The weather was only getting worse. I was able to fend off the looming sense of dread I carried on the ride here, but it was back in full force, showing no signs of stopping. It felt like it was drastically increasing in size over time, possibly growing big enough to swallow the whole building with a massive black rain clouds. Any confidence I felt beforehand drained, and I started to shift in my seat, hoping that no one else had noticed my discomfort. Niall had long since fallen back asleep, and Mr. Salmon was typing away on his computer, completely enveloped in the task that he was doing. I checked the time. It was 7:52 a.m. Nearly time for the class to start. I guess Sound Thunder and playing Fruit Ninja was more engaging than I gave them credit for. A creak came from the door, and the boy was staying in the frame, looking apprehensive and uncouth. A baggy beige hoodie pulled up over his head, and with a purple flat cap wedged firmly over his hood. I saw him glance over at Niall, his displeased expression softening into one that resembled Niall's, before he fell back asleep, tired and uninterested. Salmon noticed the boy, and boy's interest, and glanced at his monitor screen once more. Ah, and you must be my final student, Felipe. How are you? I was taken off guard by what he said that Felipe was his final student. Meaning the three of us made up the entire class. I was surprised. To have a small class, but only 3? Yeah, that's me, Felipe answered. Excellent. Why don't you have a seat? Wherever you feel comfortable. Class is just about to start, said Mr. Salmon. Felipe walked over to his desk in a stride that gave me an uncomfortable view of his saggy jeans and blue boxers. He slipped his backpack off his shoulder and carefully threw it towards the wall, letting it slump to the ground. He also sauntered over to the desk next to me, and sitting on a chair with a muffled squeak coming from the tennis balls at the ends of the chair rubbing against the floor. He shot me with a look and nodded his head slightly. What's up? He asked. Fine, I guess. You? I replied. He clicked his teeth together and stretched out his arms. I'm fine, but I gotta take this freaking class, 'cause I can't do math. Shit. He retorted dryly. I allowed a soft chuckle at his response, already knowing that I was gonna like this guy. What's your name? He asked inquisitively, twisting his flat cap around his hood. I'm Jamie, and this guy sleeping next to me is Niall. Felipe leaned over to get a good view of Niall, still sleeping against the wall, looking to be right in the middle of a wonderfully comfortable sleep. Felipe snickered and pointed towards the front of the class. You know this Salmon guy? He asked. I've known this guy since I was a freshman. He was my math teacher for years. I proudly told him, hoping that answer satisfied him. He's been your math teacher for years, but he's still in summer school? His remark felt more like a cruel jab rather than an observation. And I won't deny it hurt my pride a bit. Yeah, trigonometry is something I struggle with, I said, my voice feeling smaller after his remark. It's cool, man. I can't do any math. Let alone trigger whatever the frick, he reassured me, trying to sound comforting. I'm not sure if my pride was fragile, or if he didn't mean to sound rude and tried to relate to me and I wasn't intending to ask. But besides, I was more curious that he didn't know what trigonometry was. I was too curious not to ask. You don't know what trigonometry is? Aren't you a junior like me? Felipe looked at me with a droll expression. No. I just moved in a couple months ago. Doing pretty bad at my last school, so my mom told me to take summer school so I could pass. I was always in the locally developed math class because I never cared enough to work, he elaborated. Not sure how being lazy gets you to local developed class, but the explanation was fulfilling enough. At least you could get academic credit instead of having to dealing with switching with timetable around, I asked him. Yeah, he returned. Squeals from a tennis ball on the chair and the rumbling of the desk beside me took my attention. I see that Niall had woken up again. He grumbled and muttered something unintelligible. Why are you here? Asked Felipe. What do you mean? He replied. The grogginess in his voice of waking up, making it difficult to hear his voice. Did you fail math or something? Niall yawned and grabbed his phone. Nah, my marks are fine. I just need a backup credit in case I fail class or something. Felipe nodded his head in understanding. Niall looked back up his phone and cocked his eyebrow. It's 8 a.m. Where's the bell? Did I sleep through it? Where was the bell? I didn't hear it either. No, I didn't hear it either. It doesn't ring during summer class? My suggestion wasn't the least bit classifying. So I got up from my desk to talk to Mr. Salmon to see if he knew the answer. Mr. Salmon, does the bell not ring during summer classes? It's 8, and it hasn't rung yet. He looked at me and swiveled his chair facing towards me. Say already? I was so busy writing notes I forgot to check the time. The bell is supposed to sound. Not sure why it hasn't sounded yet. I should start in a couple of minutes. I'm still a little busy with notes, so could you please sit back down and wait until I finish this, please? I thanked him and made my way to my seat and informed the other two the answer I was given. Niall shrugged his shoulders and Felipe didn't acknowledge me at all. So I guess I'm in the same boat as I am. There isn't much to do but just wait for the bell. 10 minutes crawled past agonizingly slowly. but that only sounds I could hear were the clacking of the keyboard and the raging thunder outside, the bolts slowly rolling inches closer and closer to the building, threatening to strike the school at any moment. Mr. Salmon suddenly stood up from his chair and paced towards the door, a deep scowl on his face. I'm gonna go to the office and see why the bell isn't on. The three of you stay put until I come back, he said sternly. I assumed he was angry about the office not sounding the bell, which pushed back his lesson. He twisted the doorknob and opened the door, quickly closing it behind him, leaving the three of us alone. Guess we get off class today? Felipe interjected. Don't get your hopes up. I'm sure they'll return with the class without the bell, Niall retorted. So, yeah, that's where we're gonna leave off again. I'm really sorry again. I have to kinda do this a lot because I have limited time, and the next part is gonna be very big. So, yeah, I kinda need to pause here. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this all new episode of, or whatever this part of an episode of FoxCast Creepypasta. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.